Hello everyone, this is Professor Stewart. I am creating this persuasive speech video to give you more in-depth instructions about how this speech is going to work and what you need to be focusing on based on what I've gotten so far in terms of emails and from topics. It seems like several of you are freaking out, and trust me when I say this, don't freak out. You're going to do very well. Trust me, do not freak out. I'm putting this video together, this little short quick hit video of me going over the instructions. And if you ever have any questions, as I'm going to tell you multiple times throughout this video, do not be afraid to contact me to ask questions. I want you to ask questions because I want you to do well. So first things first, you're giving a speech over a social issue topic, and social issues are anything that's affecting any element of a society. That could be worldwide, that could be nationwide, that could be just in Texas, it could be just in Houston, it could be locally. The one thing I do want you to try to do is stay away from not necessarily controversial social issue topics, but social issue topics that cannot be argued in terms of objective evidence. And I think you guys kind of know where I'm going there with those types of topics. Remember, all of your topics, before you can record, your topic must be approved by me. If your topic is not approved, then that is grounds for a 0 for this speech. The total time limit for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. So that means a minimum of 5 minutes and a maximum of 7 minutes. You must also accompany your speech with an outline, a typed outline. I have uploaded an example outline to the content tab of D2L, and here's the deal. All you have to do is just go in there, open up that Word document, and just erase everything I have in the sample outline and just put what you are going to give a speech about for that particular outline. So the sample outline that I've uploaded is all you have to do is just follow that guide in terms of filling out your own outline, but you could also use the outline tool in Connect, as well as the chapter on outlining, or I think it's a subsection on outlining. Use that as a helpful guide as well. And if you want me to look over your outline, you can send that to me as well. I'll do that, especially during the persuasion check-in. You need a minimum of 5 sources, and these sources must be orally cited. I tell this to my face-to-face class. I don't know where students are getting this idea where they can just say at the end of their speech, here are my sources, or on their PowerPoint say, these are my sources. That's not how public speaking works, because if you do that, instead of orally citing your sources throughout the speech, when you are citing the evidence that you got from that source, that could be grounds for plagiarism. Not only that, when you just give us all of your sources at the end of the speech, how are we as the audience supposed to know who to give credit to what? So you orally cite the sources throughout the speech after or before you're giving the information that you got from that specific source. And you can, there's a database for Lone Star College that you can use, and you guys don't even have to go up to campus to use this. You can just use it from home by using your Lone Star College ID. Speeches must be prepared in a persuasive nature. Sometimes students can go wrong on the speech by giving an informative speech instead of persuasion. Remember, in persuasion, you're trying to persuade us on something. Informative, you're just giving us information. So with the speech, the organizational setup, take a look at chapter 15, that's on page 404 of your textbook. You're going to put this in a problem-solving organization. So essentially, it's problem, solution, action step. And if you're questioning what action step is, look at Monroe's motivated sequence on page 404 and 405. The action step is what you're telling the audience what we should do right then and there. Should we go to a protest? Should we write our congressperson? Should we sign up on this sheet that you're going to give to someone? What specifically do you want the audience to do right then and there? You'll have 3 main points throughout your speech. Main idea 1 is going to be your problem section. So pick out 2 main problems or 2 main issues with this particular topic. Then your main idea 2 is solutions. How can we solve for that issue, or what can be done to solve for the problem that is your social issue topic? And then main idea 3 the action steps. What can be taken in order to put this in action so that this issue can be solved? So you're essentially setting it up as that outline that I have in the content tab of D2L. You have an introduction, your thesis statement, main idea one, main idea two, main idea three, and then your conclusion. And that's essentially all you're doing. Remember, and this is something else I want you to be aware of. Several students have emailed me and say, I want to write this for my essay. This is not an essay, this is a speech. So you're actually giving a speech. You should not be writing an essay in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I have uploaded several videos to the content tab of D2L. There is one uploaded on the introduction and conclusion. And watch that quick hit to get an example of what introductions or conclusions are out there and how they can be used and utilized for your speech. And this isn't something that you could just put together in 20 or 30 minutes. It's going to require some critical thinking. That's why it's not due until the 28th, but I'm uploading everything now. But once again, if you have questions, do not be afraid to ask me, or do not be afraid to post them to the discussion tab for the persuasive speech, because if you have that question, chances are other students in the class have that same question as well. So as I said before, 5 to 7 minutes, this speech, points will be deducted if you go over 7 minutes, and points will be deducted going under 5 minutes. You are required to have a PowerPoint or a Prezi with this, and I understand that you're in an online class, but online classes have to do the exact same work that face-to-face classes do, and it is a requirement in a face-to-face class that you have to have a PowerPoint or Prezi as well. What some students have done in the past that has worked really well is they've uploaded their PowerPoint to a television or to a TV that they have in their living room or their dining room, and I'm able to see the PowerPoint that way. This isn't a situation where you want to just have the PowerPoint on your computer and me not be able to read it. I've got to be able to see it and read it. The 5 orally cited sources, with at least one coming from an academic journal. Those academic journals, JSTOR, Academic Search Complete, Google Scholar, LexisNexis. And if you're having trouble understanding what academic journal means in this particular context, just let me know. But once again, this is elevating your thinking for giving a speech and doing research at the college level. I'm expecting professional dress, but you can do business casual. And a minimum of 5 adult audience members must be visible. And I'm okay with only seeing 4, with the understanding that one of your audience members is actually the person who is recording your speech. That's totally fine with me. The due date for this is July 28th at 11:59 p.m. Take a look at some helpful hints that I put in the syllabus on how to record or recording options. I am working to see if several students are interested in either recording on the University Park campus. I put out an email to someone on campus asking about a potential room available. This recording date would have to be Thursday, July 25th, and the time would depend on when a majority of the students can meet. I'm thinking somewhere like either 3 to 5 p.m. or 1 to 3 p.m. or something like that, because I know a lot of students work, but that would probably be the latest I think we would be able to secure a room. So I'm working to see on if this is going to work out. If you would like to do this, please let me know once again so I can get an idea of how many students would be interested in this. Your best bet, upload your speech to YouTube and then drop the link into the Dropbox. You have to remember the link must be, or your YouTube video must be on public so that I can view it. If it's on private, when I go in to grade it, then I can't grade it, and then I put a 0 in the grade book. Once again, don't be afraid to ask questions. I want to help you. I realize this is a fast-paced class and you're trying to get this speech done in a week. If this was a normal semester, normal 16-week semester, you would have about 3 months to put this together. Unfortunately, this is a 3-week mini-mester class, so you got about 10 days. So I want you to ask questions. I want you to be able to ask questions so I can help you. You're not alone in putting this together. I'm here to help. So if you need to review this video again. And once again, if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask.